All right, here is how the strength test is going to run. We're going to have 3 exercise plus a bonus for those of you who are very strong. We're going to have 3 exercises, and I should have started with what you need. We're going to need a chair or a box or a bench that you could sit with your feet on the ground. Then we're going to need a couple sets of dumbbells and your timer and a notebook or whatever you want to log your reps at. Okay, we're going to test each side separately for time. The exercises are actual basic exercises. This is why I said this is like a little mini workout. The first one is a bicep curl. The reason why we're going to do this one seated is that if you're standing, you could bring some momentum into it by going like this, okay? So there's a little bit, there's a place, time and place for that, where we do want to recruit other muscles. We want to isolate the bicep strength in this drill. I suggest that you pick a weight that's a little bit of, so rude, turn my back to you and stuck my bum out. All right, I suggest you pick a weight that's a little bit on the heavier side because we're only timing 30 seconds on each limb. But use, whatever you have. Now, the fact that this is for speed is going to cause a lot of people to try to crank out reps at the loss of form. It has to be with good form, okay? So with the bicep curl, we're doing a full range of motion bicep curl. And we're going to sit down at the edge of the chair or box or seat so that you're able to move the weight that you're holding, that you have room to have it hanging close to your side. And then we're going to take this weight and curl it up, okay? Elbows close to your ribs. We're going to bring it up, curl it up, give a little turn, and bring the horizontal position of the dumbbell to the top, so as close as you can. Then you're going to bring it down, again keeping that elbow glued to your side. Twist the hand back to start. So that is one full range of motion bicep curl, okay? Now here's what's going to happen if you try to go too fast and you lose form. You're going to end up bringing your shoulders up in order to raise this up like this. That's not what we want. We want to basically have the elbows close, okay? So this way we're forcing the biceps to work, which is what we're actually testing, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you how many you should be able to do or anything like that, okay? It's just all we're concerned about is your numbers now and your numbers when you are able to check later, okay? So if you use a different weight later, you could still kind of figure where you are if you're using a heavier weight and you're able to still do the same number of reps, right? That would be progress. The second one is a tricep kickback. For the tricep kickback, you could actually grab lighter weights because it is a more concentrated exercise. And the tricep kickback requires a bit of a hip hinge so that you're angled forward about 30, 40 degrees. Slight bend in the knee, okay? Keep your abs engaged, protect your lower back, and you're going to hold that dumbbell at your side to start, and you're going to stretch bring it back behind you until you feel a really nice contraction, okay? So you're basically locking out that elbow, okay? And again, bringing it close. Now what we do not need to do is bring it all the way up here, okay? For the tricep kickback, bringing it up here does nothing, all right? So just bring it back to your side of the hips, all right? So we're basically hinging at this elbow, so we're not swinging it back, not that, okay? Just hinging, and we're not bringing it up here, okay? So keep it close, keep it tight, all right? So 30 seconds on each side, count your reps. The final one for most of you is going to be the straight shoulder press. Again, one side at a time. So we're going to take that weight, and this would be your starting position, okay? So you're almost like tapping down at your shoulder right here, pretty much, okay? We're going to take this weight and go straight up with control. Notice elbow, again, is staying close, including it's going to come close to the ear, and we're trying to straighten up as much as possible without, okay, tilting, rotating, or having all this drift of the elbow away, okay? We're going to just go straight up and keep it close. If you don't have the range of motion because you're tight in the thoracic spine in order to go straight up, okay, then I would suggest you drop the weight or just practice reaching up as in that Y, or straight up without the weight, okay? And do more like this, okay? See how many you could get. This is actually super hard, okay? But that way you don't have to have the weights, okay? It's just something else that you could do while you're working on your postural setbacks, okay? Now, those were the 3 different exercises. Again, 30 seconds each for each limb. That takes you to 3 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes, you know, give or take for the transitions, but 3 minutes to record those. If you have a lot of upper body strength already, here's a little one that we're going to throw in. That's not a push-up, okay? I decided not to use the push-up as our strength test, okay? We'll do some push-up related exercises for overall strength probably in the month, but we're not going to use that as a test. It's just too much to go over all the form checks, all right? The piece of tape on here, okay, is one part of basically a T that I was making, but I'm just using the edge of this mat as the T. So here's what we're going to do for the advanced people, and you're going to do 1 minute, not 30 seconds on each side, okay? So we're going to take it to our knees, but we want to be off the feet, okay? So we do want to basically be able to load the shoulder. We're going to take, so I'm going to get close to this T. All right, we're going to take one arm out of commission by bringing it behind our back. Now we're going to hop this hand across this line, like so. 1, 2, each hop, okay? 3, 4, 5. So you do have to have a bit of core strength in order to do this, to stabilize. But what we're testing here is that, I'll just show you on the other arm, is our shoulder stability, okay? So if you're already able to do good push-ups, you should know what it feels like, okay, to have your shoulders nice and supported, okay, and stable. So we're testing how many of these we could do, okay? If you didn't have your feet off and you become more into a tabletop, okay, that just is too easy, and all you're doing is slamming your wrist, okay? So get into that sort of a kneeling push-up position. Okay, that's it, all right? So if nothing else, this would have been like a little mini workout for you, and we'll just use that as a gauge to come back to at the end of the month to see, to work on the strength portion, okay? All right,